Hi friend, my name is Vanessa and I'm a detoxification specialist with 7+ years of experience helping individuals detoxify and heal through natural methods. If your nervous system is dysregulated and you're working to regulate it through traditional and alternative methods such as somatic and behavioral therapy, if you're looking to complement something a little bit different in addition to these methods, and you research different dietary protocols and you're wondering what diet is best for my nervous system, this video will show you exactly what from a naturopathic perspective. This perspective has a foundation in chemistry and energy. So let's get into it. So you can think of the nervous system as your regulator, as a experiencer of this 3D reality. So all of our senses are the expression of how the nervous system interacts with our environment. So if our nervous system is a little bit turned to dysregulation, or if our system is a bit more suppressed, the way we experience reality is going to also reflect that imbalance. So along with the endocrine system, the nervous system regulates and orchestrates how all the cells function in the body. So let's say your organ, let's say liver, needs instructions. It has all the elements of what it needs to do. It understands its cycle, its pathways, but it needs direction. It doesn't know how other aspects of the body are functioning and how it has to regulate itself so it can be balanced according to all the systems. From a detox perspective, the nervous system is the master regulator of all the elimination pathways in the body. So let's say you're detoxing and you're doing all this work, but you're still seeing acne on your skin. You're still feeling like your kidneys are not necessarily functioning to their strongest ability. These are your elimination pathways. So what is going on? If you've experienced high amounts of stress in the past, or your nervous system is just weaker genetically, all of this can compound and make you very sensitive to your external environment. Perhaps you overreact to certain stimuli, or certain things from the past, such as sounds, impressions, smells, can trigger a very anxiety-inducing response, and you really don't know why this is happening. I am here to tell you that that's a sign of a dysregulated nervous system, and there are ways to balance the nervous system. The tools are many, be they somatic, therapeutic, behavioral, but there are also methods and there are tools that are likewise dietary, that are likewise herbal. And so you can accommodate all of these different tools together so that the synergistic aspect of bringing all of these elements together will help your nervous system rebalance. When your nervous system is dysregulated, your body loses a lot of energy or electrolytes because it's trying to keep up with the reaction that your body is seeking to stabilize. So let's say your reaction is way too energetically intense. That means you're in fight or flight, which is the number one symptom of a dysregulated nervous system. When you're in fight or flight, your body is using its precious resources. So these resources are minerals, energy, all of these stuck emotions or emotional suppression, because the effect of that stimuli is so high and we're aware of such a high response rate. We tend to burden our bodies by suppressing that response. And when we suppress that response more than we should, we can create energy blocks in our bodies. And in the body, we have 3 different energy flows. The lymphatic system is one energy flow, the blood network is another, and the third one is the nervous system. So all of these are a little bit blocked, and then you have the nervous system that is constantly creating these blocks. The flow of our chi or prana or vital energy within the body will be compromised. And we need this energy, this oxygen to flow correctly. So this is the number one reason that the nervous system health correlates with the health of the organs, the glands, the cells, and the way that we can actually heal and detoxify. If most of our energy is used in the flight or fight response, we don't have that energy to then heal. And when we're detoxing and our nervous system is dysregulated, then that prevents the detox to actually occur smoothly. We delay a lot of this cleansing process because the body doesn't have the energy, it doesn't have the minerals to go after the deepest cleansing needs. So we can still see, after years of healing, after years of detoxifying the body, trying our best to maybe regulate the nervous system, regulate the endocrine system. So if we're doing all this amazing work in healing ourselves, in detoxifying the body, and we're seeing minimal results, chances are it's the nervous system. The nervous system, the endocrine system, and they work together really well. Hypothalamus is the seat of both the nervous system and the endocrine system, and especially the connection between the two. So they're both related in many different ways. So if the nervous system is down, the endocrine system is probably down as well. And if the endocrine system is down, the nervous system also feels that. So balancing the body becomes of primary importance. And if we're dysregulated, then everything is off kilter. The human nervous system is one of the most sophisticated and highly operating nervous systems in the animal kingdom. It requires a lot of energy from our sources, be they chemical, energetic, environmental, and we are able to use it to such a high degree that we were able to become scientists and innovate the society, write books, write poetry, create art. All of these accomplishments can be traced back to the extent of the complexity of our nervous systems. So you can say that any being that has the most energy is the most complex and the most evolved. And out of all the species, our nervous system requires the most energy to function, to be able to produce, to be able to be active, to exist in this world at the capacity that we have been existing. So if our nervous system needs the highest chemistry in the animal kingdom, where do we find it? And even if we find it and we incorporate it, if our system is dysregulated and it's leaking these energy reserves because of our fight or flight response, how do we make sure we actually use and utilize all that energy for proper healing? So these are great questions. Well, when you look at chemistry and you look at food and chemistry of foods, what foods in nature have the highest energy levels? This means they're the chemically most astringent, the most easily digested, and have the highest sources of simple sugars, because it's not the proteins that give us energy, it's the simple sugars. The simple sugars, as opposed to the complex sugars, are actually good for us. They feed our cells, they produce ATP, and they give the body that spur of energy it needs quickly. They don't require insulin to be absorbed, digested, and they don't necessarily need a lot of digestive prowess. So they're perfect for that pure energy level that we need. So proteins are complex, and the body has to now take a protein molecule and basically break it down with a lot of energy to then make sure that it has amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins, and use these amino acids for repair, for building, and for other purposes. But this is a highly intensive process. So when we give the body a protein molecule, we actually lose energy in the process of its digestion. So the protein digestion, absorption, utilization, and elimination processes, all of these structures that the body has to go through to break down protein molecules is highly energy intensive. So you lose more energy through the protein digestion cycle than you gain. So contrary to popular belief, eating a high protein diet is not good for your energy levels. Actually, proteins rob your body of energy that it could use for healing and self-regulating. So now let's circle back and talk about the foods that have simple sugars. And when I say simple sugars, I mean glucose and fructose. So these are sugars that the body uses for energy. So what foods primarily have glucose and fructose in their composition? If you guessed fruits and vegetables, you are correct. And out of the two, it is actually fruit that is the most energy-giving food in nature. So fruit is composed of fructose, and fructose doesn't require insulin to be broken down, but glucose does, and vegetables have primarily glucose. So if the body doesn't need a lot of digestive processes and power and energy to digest fructose, and it needs more to digest glucose, then you can see that fructose gives more than it takes. You still find the different elements within those two food groups that cause the body either a lesser degree of digestive strain or a higher degree. So for fruit, they don't have a lot of fiber. They're mostly water content. And this water content, it's very cleansing, it's very energizing, it's full of electrolytes, which are basically electricity, electrons. So these electrolytes feed the cells and they give all the nutrition to your kidneys to get rid of all that waste from the lymphatic system and detoxify the body properly. Vegetables, on the other hand, have a lot of fiber. And although the fiber is very good for the intestines, it cleans them out, processing fiber or digesting fiber is a little bit intense. The body uses more energy, it uses more resources. Digesting vegetables takes longer. And if you're looking to bring more energy in the body, then you want energy to be used for digestive purposes, for elimination purposes. You want to go with a very easy digestible source. And although vegetables are great builders and they give the body the nutrition it needs to stay grounded and to balance itself out, fruit gives the body the energy it needs to recover from some of the most intensive energy losses. And if we're experiencing nervous system weakness, if we're experiencing endocrine system weakness, these two systems are the most energy intensive systems. So they require the most energy to heal. And if we don't have the energy to heal them, then we are not going to experience this rebalancing of the nervous system. So basically what we need to do is to eat the highest energy diet on the planet to recover and reboot the nervous system. And if you're experiencing also endocrine system issues, which are numerous, be it emotional, depressive, hormonal, all of those issues can be also rebalanced but only if the body has enough energy to correct itself. So most of our energy losses come from eating really bad diets, from taking too much salt, from eating complex, so the bad sugars, from not sleeping enough, from not spending time in nature. So all of these are energy losses. And also when we're eating a heavy diet, when we're eating a lot of fats and processed foods, we're taxing the system and we're making the body use a lot of its energy to process all these acids. What needs to happen is the reverse. We need to bring more energy in than we usually take out. And that is basically the key to longevity, not only health. If we can bring more energy inside the body than we take out because of our activity, our emotions, our mental state, our diets, then we can keep in balance, we can keep healthy. And the nervous system needs a lot of energy, as we specified. So if you focus on eating mostly fruits, or if you're doing a fruit diet detox, this is going to really help reboot the system. So if you're suffering from nervous system dysregulation or a weaker nervous system, and you'd like to incorporate more fruits into your diet, my suggestion is to do an all-fruit breakfast. This will clean your body, give your body energy first thing in the morning, and it's the best thing you can really do for your health. And after the 7 or 8 hours of fasting in our sleep, fruit is the best thing you can do to break that fast. It's very hydrating, it's very astringent, so it's very cleaning, and it's very revitalizing. Another thing you can do is also have a fruit fast. So whenever somebody needs a reboot in terms of their energy levels or their health, or in terms of their nervous system or endocrine system, I suggest my clients to do a 7-day fruit fast. So the fruit fast is going to just bring more energy inside the body, so the body can regulate, it can heal, it can go after the weakest areas. From that physical reboot, you're going to also feel better emotionally, mentally. All of these bodies are connected. So when you heal physically, you're going to feel better mentally and emotionally. So remember, energy is found in fruits. If you want the most energy out of any foods out there, go with fruit. And the more juicier and the more hydrating the fruit is, the better it is for you. And also, don't forget to make sure that the fruit is organic. You don't want to bring pesticides and herbicides inside your body when you're helping to clean it, when you're wanting to heal it. So the lesser the man-made chemical input, the faster you're going to heal. And if you can't find organic, do your best. Some fruits like oranges or fruits with thicker grinds, they don't have to be organic. So what I do is I use baking soda and vinegar to wash the grind, because you never know what's put on the grind to keep it fresh. So any of these techniques where you work with what you have and you do your best is better than not having the fruit at all. So do as much organic as you can, and if you can't find some fruits that are organic, then just have the regular. So I hope you liked this video, that you learned a lot about nervous system regulation and diet, and that you can incorporate more fruit into regulating your nervous system and rebalancing and rebooting your health. If you found the info useful, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to work with me and detoxify your body with natural methods, with diet and herbs, you can find all my information down below. So take care of yourself and stay well.